guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Vinyasa Flow with Yoga Eve. And I started this channel, back in March when we were put into lockdown and the gyms and health clubs were closed. They're still closed at the moment, and I've continued with the videos. I'm hoping you're enjoying them, and absolutely welcome to everyone, whether you're new to class or whether you've been through this journey with me. We're approaching 40 videos now on the channel, and some of them, the filming isn't amazing, but I'm a yoga teacher, I'm not a filmmaker, and as long as you're getting something out of it, then to me that's all that matters. This flow is going to bring us into monkey pose, the splits. Whether or not you decide to come with me, or whether you decide maybe just to take a crescent moon, that's entirely up to you. It's quite a short, sweet flow, and I would recommend, if you're coming cold from your bed or from outside to your mat, that you maybe pause me and just warm up a little bit with a few sun salutations or a few cat-cow stretches, something that's going to get you feeling a bit warm and supple. And also at the end, we're going to finish in a child's pose, and I would also recommend maybe a few finishing stretches and maybe some savasana, just to really think, wow, I did that today. So we're going to get started standing, and we're going to come to the top of the mat in our Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Hands coming into your chest, or maybe just allowing your arms to softly rest by your sides, and just deepening the awareness of finding comfort in your shoulders, but finding grounding through your feet and legs. Inhale as you extend the arms tall above your head, and exhale, fold forward into your Uttanasana, forward fold, straight or bent legs. Coming halfway, inhale, hands to shin bones, midway with your spine, and folding back over your legs. Exhale, softening those neck muscles. Inhale, the arms extending all the way above the head, and exhale, your hands coming back into Tadasana, taking the arms tall above the head. Exhaling, folding, Uttanasana. Taking a breath in, lifting the chest, this time stepping back to plank. Finding high plank pose, and from high plank coming all the way down onto your belly. Please move your arms if you need to. So together we can take a nice low cobra that will complement the flexibility in our back so far. Bend the knees, tuck the toes under, and find downward facing dog. In your first downward facing dog, even though it is a short flow, let's just get a little sway going through the legs, a little awareness to our hips. And also, to me, it's so important that you know you've got movement in your body if you need it. Don't feel stuck, don't feel stiff. Feel that your body is free to move. Rise to your toes, inhale, and press down through your heels, exhale. Have a look at your hands and just step your feet to the top of your mat. Let your hands rest on your shins as you inhale, flat back, and fold into your forward fold. Exhale. Extending the arms all the way above the head one more time. And let's come into chair pose this time. Sitting your hips back to the top of your mat, or the back to your heels, and your fingers to the sky. Bring your hands to the floor, Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift your chest, your gaze, and step back on your left leg, and bring your knee to the floor into crescent moon lunge. Moving from your lunge, peeling back to your back hip, straighten your leg and just flex your toes all the way back up to the sky. Moving between that low lunge, inhale, and sitting back into that deep leg stretch, exhale. Let's do that a couple of times. Inhale and exhale. Let's do that one more time as we come forward, and add crescent moon if that feels good for you. And whatever you feel, I sometimes I just drop back with my left arm and let that back bend be just a little more freestyle. And then the arm can come back to join your right. Bring your hands inside of your leg this time, and just wiggle your foot a little bit wider. Lifting your back knee off the floor, and similar to we did on our knee, we're just going to go to straight legs like a pyramid, to bent legs, high crescent lunge, to straight legs like our pyramid, and back to our lunge. Let's do two more there. Inhale as we straighten, Exhale as we bend. And then one more inhale. And exhale. Let's take our right arm off the mat. Take a twist into that thigh. And as you bring that hand down, bring it outside of your foot, wiggle your foot back into the middle and step back to a high plank. Come all the way down onto your belly, elbows tucked in. And as you inhale, just find your low cobra and just melt those shoulders. Tucking your toes to downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, which you can just stay and hold if you wish, we're just going to take our right leg off the mat. And then just weave the hip open. Bring your knee to the sky and bring your heel towards your hip. And add a little power, so we're going to bring our knee to our nose. So we're going to try and kiss our nose on our knee. Bring our knee to our opposite elbow. Going to bring our knee to our same elbow. And take that leg all the way back up. We're going to bring that leg all the way in between our hands. And step to the top of our mat with a fold over your legs. Exhale. Raising the arms above the head. And finding your chair pose. Hands to the mat. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Lifting the chest to gaze. This time we're going to step back on the right leg and bring the knee to the floor into our crescent lunge. Keeping the chest lifted, tuck the toes or release them. We're going to slide away from that lunge and straighten our left leg, toes to ceiling, noticing the sensation in the back of that leg. And then coming back into that crescent lunge as your chest lifts. Moving between those two points as we stretch back. And as we dip in, taking a breath in and taking a breath out. Let's do one more. Slowly back. And then this time, if it is there for you, if you wish to, add your crescent moon. Maybe drop that right arm back. Maybe let that back bend develop. And then allow your right hand to find your left again. And your hands coming inside of your knee. So we're going to wiggle that foot a little wider. If we can, lift our back knee off the floor and find those pyramid legs. And then back to that high lunge. And then inhale as you straighten. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more. So from our pyramid to our lunge. Taking the left arm up as we twist in. And as it comes down, place it outside of your foot. Wiggle your foot in. And find your plank. Your Vinyasa, halfway, chaturanga, find the mat. Find up dog or use cobra. And downward facing dog. Exhale. So you can hang around here if you want to. A little bit longer. Or we're going to take our left leg off the mat and just weave that hip open, knee to sky, heel to bottom, feeling that from your hip all the way to the tip of your knee. Bringing your knee to your nose, so we're just going to try and kiss our nose on our knee, to our opposite elbow, to our same elbow, to kiss our knee again, to take that leg high, and back to down facing dog. Stretching back into your down facing dog. Take a look at your hands, bend your knees and step or jump to the top of your mat. Back is flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extending the arms all the way above the head and find into Tadasana. That sequence becomes one breath, one movement, and that sequence also becomes our monkey. So let's see where we go. Taking a breath in, extending up, out of your Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Lift the chest to gaze and step or jump this time to your Vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana or to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking your right leg off the mat into your 3-limb bend in your knee. Finding that knee to nose. Opposite elbow. Same elbow. And back to 3-limb down dog. Bringing your leg in between your hands and your knee to the floor. Peeling back to that back hip, flex your foot. Sliding forward, and as you inhale, lifting into your crescent moon. Bringing your hands on the inside of your leg, wiggle your foot a tiny bit wider. Lift your back knee off the mat and move into your pyramid and into your high lunge. One more of those, inhale and exhale, taking your right arm up off your mat as you twist in and lower it back, wiggling that foot back in. Taking your right leg all the way back into your 3-limb down facing dog. As you bend your knee and try to kiss your nose to your knee, if you can without landing that foot, slide it through to your monkey or put your foot down and find a crescent moon option. Using your hands to buffer you and just using your awareness to get that leg to wiggle a little forward and your back leg to settle a little further back. And if it is in your practice, because it is so personal with this flexibility range, you could take a little bow over your front leg and then inhale as you straighten, and then tucking your back toes under. I'm going to slide this front leg back. It might get stuck on your mat, and take it all the way up. And there's your monkey pose and downward facing dog. How did you get on with that? Did you get stuck at crescent moon, or did it just fly through to monkey? Let's take a vinyasa, guys. Coming forward to plank, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, up facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch it back, pedal out the legs. Release the neck, shoulders, come back to that little bit of clarity. Remember, you've got that option as take that as a crescent moon. You don't have to find that monkey pose at the end there. But if you'd like to try, taking your left leg off the mat, just weaving that hip open. Bringing your knee to your nose, to your opposite elbow, to your same elbow, to your nose, and to the sky. Bringing that foot and landing it between your hands into your crescent moon lunge. Sliding back into your back hip, flexing your front foot. And inhale as you lift your chest. Option to come with me, crescent moon. Inhale. And hands inside of your front leg. Take that foot a little wider, take your back knee off the floor. And let's straighten out our left leg. And bend our left leg. One more, inhale. And exhale, taking our left arm up as we twist in. And lowering that hand outside, just wiggling that foot back in again. Taking your left leg all the way back into your 3-limb down facing dog, bend your knee. Think about like a high cat spine as you bring that leg through. And whether you land it in crescent moon or whether it flies through to monkey, use your hands just to soften your way down. And just that little bit of adjustment to your front and back leg and foot until you feel comfortable, whether you're on a block, whether you're deep in your monkey pose. And if it is in your practice, take a fold over your front leg and come back to your monkey pose. Inhale. How are we doing? And then tuck in your back toes under, whether you have to take it in stages or whether it glides back to your 3-limb down facing dog and downward facing dog. Exhale. Coming forward to your plank, and let's come right down onto our belly. Wherever your arms feel they want to be, stretch your legs out. Find a nice low or high cobra to suit your back flexibility. And then back down through chest, chin, nose and forehead. You're going to push back to child's, maybe taking the knees a tiny bit wider than the feet. And exhale, find your child's pose. And you can leave your arms stretched out in front of you. Or if you want to, you just make a little pillow with your arms and just rest your head on your pillow. If you want deeper than that, you can have your arms in alongside your legs and just let your head bow to your mat. Quite nice to close your eyes. I'm just thinking about that breath now. Just bringing it back to a calm, to a balance. Let your hips sink to your heels. And your shoulders melt around your knees. Feel like your torso is wrapping around your thighs. One more breath. And then we're just going to slowly come up onto our heels. And just going to come around to a comfortable seated. So that's a tough flow. That monkey pose is a tough position to get into. So amazing and well done if you got there, and if you nearly got there, or even if you were nowhere near. Well done for trying. And yes, I say just maybe just spend some more time now, just take a few more finishing stretches, savasana, whatever you have time to treat yourself to. But for me, for now, I'm just going to take a nice roll back and down my shoulders with you. We're going to take a breath in together, inhale, just finding that positive energy. We're going to capture it in our palms and bring it all the way down so our namaste becomes a namaste positivity that will stay with you all through your day, all through your week. And thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time, and bye for now.